bro.
What up? What up? In the building, fantasy news today. Fantasy football hustler back at you. We're killing it here with the news. Don't forget, if it's your first time here, subscribe to everyone's YouTube channel that we're broadcasting to right now. We got the Thursday crew in the building, -1. He'll be here soon. But we got Hector from Breaking Down the Tape. What up, bro?
What's up? You guys already know Hector said what I said. Woo!
And then we got Bogard in here from the GMM Network.
Yeah. Hey, Hector, you should be Hector. I sleep when I sleep.
On you.
Got him.
And then JC Money Design in the building, making a special guest appearance on Thursday.
Yeah, I had to show up. You know, we had a little bit of a interview earlier with Super Draft Pro. Things are going really well in the company, so get in right now because things are sweet and they're only gonna get sweeter. Let's go.
Hey, you're gonna know JC Money is making it in the big time, in the big leagues when you start seeing the highlights in his beard. You know what I mean?
Already got the grays coming in, baby.
And what up to everyone who's in the chat? So we got in here, we got Chase in the chat, Francisco in the chat, Big Kong.
I'm used to watching JC Money in the chat.
Yep, Matt's in the chat right now. So what up, early gang? There we go. Yeah, people were in the chat a little bit early. There we go. It's what's up. And Nan Daddy in the building. What up, bro? Let me see. Who else up in here? My man David in the building. What up, bro? We got Mr. Bear in the building, Nick Tab in the building, Nathan Shapiro in the building. Shout out to the Patreon crew. Antonio in the building. I'm an island boy in the building. Good looking. He's always coming through on the chat. Yeah. Axelcution in the building. What up?
Right near the beach.
Boy. Primetime Steven in the building. Oh, yeah. And Nick Von B repping the 420 crew. What up, bro? So for everybody who's kind of new to the show or whatever, so we always cover the news first. If you have anything as far as like news questions, things like that, throw those in there. We're going to be interacting with those. The starts and sits, trade questions, all that kind of stuff, that's towards the end of the show. So just make sure you're tapping in throughout the whole show, and we got you. And just like David said, my man, smash that like button if you in the chat. Let's get it. Wherever you are, whatever channel you're on right now, smash that like button. All right.
Smash everything.
Yeah. And all right, our man IDP Iggy is in the building. What up? What up?
Let's go.
Iggy.
What's up, everybody? A wizard is never late. So we're not going to start off with that stuff.
Mr.
Yeah.
Right when I wanted to, maybe.
Mr. Game Day in the building.
Yeah.
What's cracking like, everybody?
It's hyped up, ready to smoke. It's about to be 4:20 on the East Coast, so let's get them packed right now.
Iggy, I got a good shirt on for you today.
Oh, yeah.
I got a good shirt on for you today, Iggy. I got this on for you today, buddy.
Right now.
Oh, it's TJC.
Hold on.
Oh, man, the moon.
Let's
Where's
go.
Joe Buck when you need me, baby? Where's Joe Buck when you need me?
That has to be one of the most epic touchdown celebrations of its time, for sure.
I remember thinking it was funny, and then they made it such a big deal, and I was like, man, I'm a Packer fan. I thought that was funny, dude.
It's hilarious, dude. He starts bumping his butt up against the goalpost, too.
That was the beginning of Principal PC, man. If we only knew way back then, foreshadowing everything, man. That's when it all came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
So we're gonna start off a little bit of Francisco asked a little bit about Thursday news, and they said, is Corduroy playing? We don't know yet. It's definitely trending in the wrong direction. My fantasy puff pass Q&A. It's gonna be starting in about 2.5 hours. So make sure you tap in. That's about the time when we're going to be getting the news, whether he is starting or sitting. And in case he's not, should I start Davis? Just depends on how lucky you feel, really. I'm nervous about Davis. I'm way too nervous about Davis.
The whole team.
But how about let's get into some other news, though. Just wanted to get that in for Francisco real quick. So we got for the Bucks, Antonio Brown not practicing, Vita Vea not practicing. We already knew that, but Rob Gronkowski full go at practice today. I think he's finally going to be making his epic return.
Oh, I like to hear that.
They should be able to beat the Giants now.
Whether he's there or not.
Aren't they hella banged up on defense too right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think the question is how much does Gronk eat in a game like this? Because they've been holding him off till he's close to 100, at least I'm believing.
And I think what Gronk really brings to the table, aside from being a red zone target and third down look, is just his ability in the blocking game and how Fournette's been getting going. And I envision a big Fournette game again. And Gronk plays like maybe 60% of the snaps. And he's blocking most.
Didn't Brait score a touchdown last week too against the I almost said the dreaded R word right there, against the Washington football team? I'm pretty sure. I think there's a tutty in order because Gronk and they need what, 2 more to become the most all time or something.
Oh, forgot about that.
And I don't know if there'll be a lot of yards, but Gronk is a red zone monster, so look for that tutty action to come back. Tom Brady loves his tight ends down there in the end zone.
Yeah, I like
Vamos, Francisco. They call you Pancho.
Axel Cushin always loves calling out Eggy.
I got the Humpty Dumpty too. You feel me? So we're all good over here. That's how I feel about Cordell and Mike Davis over there. That look right there. I don't know about it.
It's bad. It is bad. It is bad. All right, let's see.
I mean, New England gives up the 3rd most receptions in the league to the running back position. I mean, this was one of the reasons why we weren't scared to throw in Dearness, even though there was, that was an automatic play. He went 5 for 50 through the air. So it's like, can Mike Davis, get targets here? I mean, is it going to be Wayne Goldman? You know what I mean?
So I got some news that we got to talk about. We're all going to be a little bit disappointed, I'm sure. And Vanessa said, I meant to send you news on Mitchell. Not just yet. Nothing yet. But got to talk about Alvin Kamara. So he had got a little bit of work in yesterday, and now today not practicing.
I think this is like we just don't know what injury is it? Like what kind of ankle? Is it like a Cordell Patterson thing where they're like it's not a high, it's not a low? Like what is it? Is it
Yeah, that seems very mysterious.
Yeah, it just sucks. They're keeping everything real hush hush. We're not getting too much information. I mean, from anytime a guy practices on a Wednesday and then doesn't practice on a Thursday, I'm just always assuming he's not going to play.
Well, look at this medical staff, man. Look at how, regardless of what Michael Thomas, your thoughts are on him, this medical staff has got some weird issues that's happened to it in the past. So it's like, what's going on with Kamara? Why are you guys hiding it? Sean Payton, he's kind of tricky as it is. And I just feel bad because Kamara, man, if you drafted him, that was a top 5 draft pick. So, you're sitting on the fence just hoping that this turns out better, man.
Bruh is the one looking smart right now, not us. Zero RB strategy. All the top guys are dead.
Yeah.
Jesus. We're all
Yeah.
looking down right now.
Yeah, well, and I guess what it is, because even like a guy like Saquon, you know, who is, I mean, probably like the lower pick, you know, of like all these top guys we're talking about. If he comes back and does what he did in 2019, where he just comes back in and starts killing the game, you know, having a guy like that, I mean, if you go zero RB and you acquire one of these guys, you know, you're going to be a stud. But if you just sit on them, you know, if you can get through the bad, like I was just looking in one league that I was in where, I mean, Aaron Rodgers being out kind of hurt me. And then I had Saquon Barkley out and all these other people. And it's like, it's in a dynasty league. Somehow I'm 7-3 and like, I'm getting all these pieces back now. And I just made a crazy ass trade that I showed Bogart. Someone threw it to me. I send away Rashad Bateman and a first round pick to receive D-Hop and Amari Cooper. And my wide receivers are probably the weakest.
What? They gave up Amari Cooper for nothing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I mean, it's not
His age.
the Amari Cooper one that's alarming. It's giving DK and then throwing in Cooper.
D-Hop.
Or D-Hop, yeah. And like,
Yeah, he gave up 2 number 1s for literally like dirt and an empty bag of chips.
But this
so this is dynasty, not redraft. So, I mean, Bateman's got. I mean, he's going to be a top wide receiver for a long time coming.
yeah, and like those are the people. See, this trade came to you because that's a person of the mindset that he wants to stay young. This is how you win. Like when I remember when you sent me that trade, I'm like, you're gonna win now. You know what I mean? Like
I'm going for it now. I'm in 4th place. 2nd and 3rd are at 7-3. Also, I'm just the lowest out of all of them. And then first place is 8-2. So yeah, I'm definitely trying to go for it now. This helps me make a push for sure. And for him, he's already conceding. I mean, he's at the bottom of the league. You know, now he's trying to acquire some more assets for the future. And
I got more than that.
well, moving the deep. It's funny because he gave up all these assets. You know what I mean?
He could have got more.
Like, I mean, I guess, and that's the fun in Dynasty, right? Like, you feel like a real GM, like, okay, these guys are old and washed. All right, D-Hop. Even though D-Hop's he'll be 30 going into next year. You know what I mean? Like, he still has like 3 years, 3 solid years, I would assume, you know what I mean?
and I was even like wanting to haggle still. Like I still wanted to haggle, but he sent it. It was too good of a trade that, I sat on it for a couple hours and then accepted it in the middle of the night before I went to sleep and felt pretty good about it. Because if I don't need D-Hop for the next couple weeks and he comes back, in the fantasy playoffs killing it, I should be all good in the hood.
Yeah, remember I had to go on that mission and I ended up not leaving till super late. So when you texted me, I was just getting to the crib and I was just like, what league is this in? I was about to be upset because I thought it was one of the leagues I'm in with you. You know what I mean?
It was the Hustler Dynasty League #1.
Like, who's doing this? I was about to hate
it. And you know what it is? Okay, so the guy who traded me D-Hop, he traded Cup away for D-Hop and some other stuff in the offseason. And I think he's just like real sour like at D-Hop.
You know what sucks about that? I bet you watching Cup go off the first like 2 games, and then the rest of the way he's just on tilt, and it just destroyed his season. Like, you know what I mean? You got to get over things, man. I traded away Cup in one of my dynasties in the offseason. Ironically, I received DK in that trade. So, it was a package deal in fashion, and I don't regret. I mean, I regret it, but it's the chance you're willing to take. You know what I mean?
Yep, because no matter how lopsided any trade seems, like any injury could make it just swing the other way. You just never know how the ball is going to bounce.
Cooper Cup, so he get like accused of like domestic violence or something. You never know.
Yeah, what the hell was up with DK the other day? What made him so angry? Like, what got him so pissed?
Russ Wilson, man.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then he got even more mad when they told him to leave and he came back. And like,
sneak up on them, just grab someone else's jersey. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, didn't he punch both guys in the face?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the helmet. I'll never understand that. Like, I mean, if nothing, why not go for like an eye poke or something? Hit him with the Bobby Boucher and the Captain Insano, or something like that.
Slap the ear hole.
Yeah.
That shit's.
Oh yeah, slap that ear hole. Oh, whew.
That's better than potentially breaking your hand by just punching someone in anger. You might as well punch a wall.
I did hear somebody say Do you think Deion Sanders would have been able to be a star in today's like no taunting NFL?
I mean,
I don't know.
well, you know what though? I think he would be the most fined. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like,
Because a lot of his game, it was like the shit that Jordan did. They'd get up to the line and they'd just be talking shit, to each other. That's not really taunting, but he'll get into motherfucker's head.
but also too
I don't know. It's so weird how they call it. Sometimes it's like seems like something so insignificant. Like somebody just flexes their arm, and
yeah, or like look at the bench.
Do whatever you want to do.
That shit, was it on Monday night or Thursday night?
Yeah,
like that shit was a bullshit ass
It was
call.
the Monday night. It was the former. It was the player from the Steelers, Marsh or whatever his name was. He got cut for a year. Now he's with the Bears. He sacks Big Ben Rapisberger, and he stands up and looks at the bench, and they're like taunting.
That wasn't what the taunting. I think what the call was when he was going to run off the field. He like the ref, like you watched.
Yeah, the referee
checked him, and that's when he threw the flag. Like right after that.
Yeah, he like stuck his ass out to hit that guy, and then called the flag on him. Like, come on now, you let your booty touch that much. You don't know to be giving some penalties on.
He was trying to do, right?
Yeah. Way too much wrong going on with that whole situation. All right, so real quick, my man Steven C throwing a super chat in. Good looking.
What up, Steven?
Is that White Mike? Which Mike is that? Is that White Mike or is that Davis?
Yeah. Which one is that? See, I'm assuming Mike Davis, but CEH for Mike, Hawk, and Hertz.
Or Mike Williams.
I can't see it being a 2 QB combo. Probably not. So.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm assuming Mike Davis because he's been pretty trash. But everyone,
so is Mike Williams.
Yeah, Mike Williams too.
Yeah.
Everyone. I'm gonna say just hold because I don't want to give up one guy who's like kind of scrubby for like 3 guys who are like kind of scrubby. Like that just makes my bench like really bad. And you're gonna have to dump 2 players, to make that trade happen.
It's funny because I swear sometimes when these trades, I'm like, is that me sending it? Like from the other side.
Oh, here we go. Axel Q. You forget, man, like if it's not like it catches us like that. Did you hear it? Did you see it now? You guys see it? You read the screen?
My
cock hurts.
Yeah.
I'm high, so I'm not even reading it like you're saying it. Like
that's funny.
Yeah, Steven, you can joke at me all you want. Just throw them in as a super chat. I'll even tell you your jokes are funny. Just throw it as a super chat.
Shame on us. We are we grew up on Simpsons. That's Bart Simpson written all over it.
Yeah. I guess it's got to be. It's got to be cleaner ones than that. That one just wasn't too clean.
All
right, let's get into some other stuff. So, for the Lions, we're just going to touch on this real quick. Jared Goffel didn't practice today. You think he's quitting on the team already?
Yeah. Jared Goffel.
I didn't even know that he was hurt or anything, and now just missing practice on a Thursday.
If you read the report, it's under injury. It says feelings. Feelings are hurt.
Who is the backup? I don't even know who. That's the thing about Jim Goff. He's so tough. He don't miss the game.
It's who? It's who from Green Bay?
Yeah, Tim Doyle. Is that his name?
Oh, Doyle. Yeah. Green Bay backups are everywhere. Trevor Siemian, Taysom Hill. That's just how it goes, dude. So,
who was the guy? Scotty something. He had the spin move.
Scott. I think Scotty Too Hottie from wrestling. All I can think of.
That was the worm. He did the worm.
He was the backup for Green Bay, and then he was the backup in Indy to Andrew Luck. But his name was Scotty something.
No, that's Trevor Siemian. I'm telling you, that was Siemian, dude.
Was it? I know there. Was it Scott Tolzak?
Oh yeah, Tolzien. Yeah, Tolzien. Yeah, Scotty T.
Scott Tolzien. He had one where he ran for a touchdown and he did a spin move on a guy, and he'll forever be. I'll always remember that.
Savage. One thing that I forgot to mention a little bit earlier from when we were covering the Bucks, Chris Godwin was limited at practice. That's a little bit better than his status was last Thursday, so hopefully he's just Well, I know he's gonna play, but look at how he did last week. Like not the question is he gonna play? It's is he gonna play well? Is he good enough to play well?
Seems like he's had a designation almost every week since week 1 this year. So
yeah, and you can take it back to last year. Like he's had a designation since didn't he not play like week 2 or something last year, and he just hasn't been right since.
I mean, shit. He has God and win in his name. He'll be all right.
All right, for the Eagles, anyone who is banking on Dallas Goedert, so he's actually practicing today, trending in the right direction. Friday is always most important, but he hasn't. I don't even remember when the last time he practiced was.
Well, he has God and dirt in his name.
And what is it? God made dirt, and dirt don't hurt, or something like that.
There it is. I set it up and you spike it. You know what I mean?
There we go. All right.
That's perfect, baby.
Some Bills news. So Tremaine Edmonds, he's only practicing just worked off to the side of the field. So I don't even think he's I think he still counts as a did not practice because he's not doing shit other than just working on the side with trainers. Cole Beasley back at practice. Matt Milano, though, wearing a red non-contact jersey. I don't like that on a Thursday.
No.
All right, keep an eye on that. That's going to be a good game, too. I think the Colts are severely underrated still. And that, in my opinion, is the game of the week. So even though it is Vikings week, it takes a lot for me to say any other game of the week. But that one is going to be a big game.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of the Vikings and the Packers, we have a bet on this show between JC Money Design and Francisco, who's always in the chats. And so whoever wins that game, the other one is going to have to represent the other team's colors, jersey, shirt, I don't know, something on a show. And so JC Money will be wearing it on a show if they lose. And Francisco will be coming on the show with Vikings gear if they happen to lose.
Listen, man. JC Money, bro, go all out and dye the beard yellow.
I said I'm gonna go back. So I said when I was a kid, when I used to live in Italy, we did a trip to Germany one time, and I had the pullover halfway zip up starter jackets back in the day.
Oh yeah,
I had a Packers jacket back then, and some dude in Germany was like, "Oh my god, you freaking cheesehead!" In Germany, who said that to me. So shit's crazy. That's what I'll be getting. I'll get the throwback. I told him I would get the throwback pullover starter jacket. That's the only thing I would do because that's gangster.
Yeah, and then it's not even a punishment at that point because you're getting some dope swag.
No punishment.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make you say a lot of nice things about the Packers and record it and throw it up all over social media while you're wearing some Packers gear.
I remember.
I'll say Cheeseburger Eddie is really good at telling me where to dine. In Green Bay.
What about Leonard Williams? I heard he wasn't practicing neither.
Ooh, so I didn't hear anything about that. I'll go.
Not Leonard Williams. Demarius Leonard. I'm sorry.
Oh, Darius Leonard. Yeah, he did something in the game. He did
too many names. We do this every day. It's fine. I'm finally starting to lose it.
I was like Leonard Williams, but yeah, Darius Leonard. He got hurt in that last game, but he played through it. Ankle, if I remember correctly. So
okay, because then this kind of makes me
full go in practice. That's why we didn't hear anything about it.
Okay, word.
Good to go. All good in the hood. That guy, half man, half machine. He's good to go.
I mean, literally called the maniac.
Yeah.
Also was called the worst pick of the draft by draft experts.
And let's see here. So,
what?
The Browns, Myles Garrett back at practice. That's someone who I know was hurt in the IDP lineups, not playing. And for JC Money Designs Vikings, Patrick Peterson practicing finally and actually trending towards playing this week.
Who cares?
He sucks.
Yeah, he does.
They're gonna need him to get so he can get dogged out by Adams.
Did you guys see this Antonio Brown news? What is that COVID card? The COVID card. He obtained a fake COVID card to beat protocols.
Oh man, I mean, shit, you can get anything in Florida, bro.
Shit, dude. In the military, we used to we had these cards that it was like a silver card or a blue card. Like however long you were on the base, you would get like more, you could do more things and like have more privileges and shit. So like my buddy, like I was good at Photoshop and shit, so I would just Photoshop shit for everybody and make them get the good shit.
So I just read the headline for the Tampa Bay Times, and it said that he's accused of obtaining a fake card.
Oh well, you know what then?
Why would they even accuse you of that shit?
As if that's not gonna happen everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure after Aaron Rodgers' stuff, I'm sure a lot of people are getting accused of it.
He reportedly tried to purchase a card for $500. Saying it's like texts and everything too.
He probably got told on because he was like, I told him
Antonio Brown and his little antics ways. Just can't get out.
What if Aaron Rodgers got caught and he was like, it was actually Antonio Brown's homie that got me hooked up with this. It was only $500, and like that's why he didn't get punished other than a fine. Like, what if it was some crazy shit like that?
That's a deep dive. That's a deep dive, man.
He's just I don't think he's still poking at Brady.
Aaron Rodgers seems like the type of guy who wouldn't do that. I think he would take a bullshit punishment versus snitching on someone else. But I don't know. Maybe some DB who is barely hanging on the roster or something, got caught with some shit and then just started singing.
I mean, you know what? See, this is how I think the story went down. Is I think the guy, Antonio Brown, ordered the joint. The guy comes through. He's like, all right, 1,200. And he's like, bro, I'll give you 500. And he's like, fuck that. You know what I mean? And he's like, Antonio Brown attempted to buy a thing. Antonio Brown's going to rip. He's like, here's 500 and a bag of gummy dicks.
We'll see. I can't wait to hear more news about that. That's for sure. All right, and Stephen C., good looking on the super chat, said on a serious note, laugh out loud, said go with Cam or stream Jimmy, Simeon, or Mac. I'm going with the Mac, bro. Return of the Mac.
Yeah.
You know what? We're doing this. It's because really, it's splitting hairs between Jimmy and the Mac because they're going to be in You still got to worry about them running that touchdown in when they get down there in the red. But I'm going with Mac Jones. That team is on fire right now. I'm just going with it.
I'm going to go ahead and say start Cam. I like the energy.
I keep hearing Cam Newton like everywhere this week. Like fire him up.
That's why I'm scared of it.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's getting too chalky now. And maybe that's just because I'm built as a contrarian, but naturally that like I was on Cam and then everyone's like, he's the best streaming option. And I'm like, ugh, you know what I mean?
What do you guys?
It's like when everyone bets on one side, like the person in me knowing that most people are just wrong about this kind of shit always makes me go to the other side.
I'm not mad at Cam as a streaming option. I just like if I was to order them, I'd go with the Mac.
What about Cam?
And it's all QB2s here anyways, so it's really all splitting hairs between guys who are all QB2s. And here's the second part. How do we feel about starting D. Harris over CEH/double barrel Daryl?
I'm double barrel Daryl. Because CEH is not going to play.
I think I'm going Harris on this.
I like Harris. He might split some reps, but I like Harris.
And who knows how much he actually splits because he's been there practicing since Monday. Like as soon as the week was over, he was already back practicing.
Right.
And then
I have Harris and I'm firing him up in all my leagues. So
I get you.
Yeah, and I mean D Will, my only thoughts about him is has he not if he doesn't get all those crazy passes, he might not have put up, the numbers that he did. I know he can always do it, but who knows? And appreciate everyone throwing all the comments in, all the questions and everything. We're gonna get to the questions a little bit towards the end of the show. We got a couple more pieces of news to talk about, and then we're gonna get to it. All right, and let's see here for the Jags. No Miles Jack at practice. James Robinson though practicing. So everyone who was real nervous yesterday They said it was kind of precautionary that he wasn't practicing on Wednesday. So even though it's a new knee issue, they said.
So good to hear that he's back.
Now, if everyone wants something to panic about, because I know everyone panics when they start seeing Q's next to everybody's name, for the Ravens, Lamar, Marquise Brown, and Bateman all not practicing today.
Yeah, Wednesday's the veteran rest day. Thursday probably means there's something in there. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. We shall see. We shall see. But Lamar, I mean, for him, it said illness. He's always popping up with an illness, so I think he's just sick of practice is what it is.
Yeah.
For Washington, okay, so no Ricky Seals-Jones at practice. Curtis Samuel getting back to practice, though. Anybody banking on Curtis Samuel, like, at all, coming back and being a viable flex option?
Probably about 7 or 8 of my best ball leagues. That's about
You're hoping so. Yeah, he was a prime best ball candidate for sure for where he was being drafted. What up, Matt?
Who does Washington play this week again? I mean, is Logan Thomas, is he coming back?
I don't know yet.
So he didn't practice yesterday, and it seems like every day that goes by without hearing stuff just seems like they're going to push it to the next week.
Man, so that's you're talking possible third string tight end, and Heineke throws a lot to the tight end, man. So
Yeah.
that could be a really, really cheap DFS play. How do you know?
They got
Keep
the
that in mind.
Panthers this week, so tough.
Yeah, that's a rough match. I forgot. Yeah, that's that big matchup. Cam's back, Ron's back. Oh man, that's weird. Yeah, that's no telling what's going to happen in that one.
And see, what about that? You just brought it up. That totally skipped my mind when we were talking about Cam. Ron Rivera knows Cam very well.
He does. I think it makes Cam play even more inspired too, because let's be honest, this is probably the last time him and Coach Ron are going to be on the same playing field together. You know, in my opinion. So I don't know. It could work both ways. It seems like Washington, if anything, maybe that bye week they were able to break down some film and evaluate themselves and figure out what they're good at. I mean, they took down Tampa Bay, who's still no slouch. So if they can get a win this week, this is a big week for both of these teams because they get such a big advantage in the wild card bye week. It's going to be a good game. There's some good games this week.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun week. Hopefully some big scoring games this week so we can get some fantasy points.
Yeah, because last couple weeks we had some defensive games, and I mean,
God,
you know, when
you're just like, where are these points?
But like when you got guys like, you know, I mean, let's even take it back a week before. No Aaron Rodgers, no Russell Wilson, no Kyler. Like, you know, a lot of big time quarterbacks that are the straw that stir the drink. You know, their teams.
Yeah, I feel like if you didn't have Patrick Mahomes or Dak Prescott last week, you didn't have crap from your quarterback, really. There's just so much quarterbacks that just weren't good.
Yeah. Unless you play on Super Draft Pro and you use guys like Mason Rudolph, who are a 2 times multiplier, then he put up more points than Tom Brady did.
That's right.
That was a good call on your part, buddy. I appreciate that. Was a good call. Good call.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to do these 2 super chats right here, and then we're going to talk a little bit of Super Draft Pro. We got one more piece of news to talk about, some Packers stuff before we talk about Super Draft Pro. And Matt said, any trade targets for Kamara? Any suggestions? The thing that's tough about trading away Kamara is if you're going to like trade him for like pennies on the dollar, it's going to suck for your mojo if he comes back and actually starts doing good. Like I would just hold, figure out how to package up, you know, maybe 2 or 3 of your bench players or, you know, maybe flex players and go after someone who's like a fringe playoff team that like needs, is desperate to win, and then figure out how to get a good player off of them.
Yeah, it's interesting because you don't want to have what did he have? 6 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns, and 200-yard week 16. If that happens and that happens against you, or that happens and you're not the person in that, I guess this year that'll be the second week of the playoffs. But if that happens and it's against you or it's not with you, that's going to be hard to absorb. You got to hold on to the ceiling. Hold on one more week, you know, because the truth is you're not going to get that much value back for him. I don't think. Not right now.
That's how
Matt says I'm the fringe playoff team. Well, that makes a little bit of sense. So if you're going to trade with a team who has a better record than you, they're not going to give you what you want. So you're gonna like be giving Kamara away for pennies.
No.
I'm just gonna say, just don't give away Kamara. You gotta hold. Like, I know it sucks. Trust me, I know that it sucks. Got to figure out another way to make a trade happen. And Steven C said, "Did you guys see this Zach Stacy video?" No, but I got it pulled up here, and as soon as we get off, I'm gonna watch it. It says leaked video of former NFL running back Zach Stacy in a physical altercation with his baby mama. So. Gonna go see what the hell this all has to do with. Who knows what is going on? All right,
Yeah, they're gonna
not good shit. And for the Packers,
Not good at all.
Aaron Rodgers, not good, not practicing with that toe injury. Says he's playing Sunday. The thing is, the thing that I'm nervous about. So I don't know if the announcers were like just making jokes about it or what, but they said for the last 2 weeks before this game, he was pretty much just doing like at-home yoga. And like I could see that being something that like Aaron Rodgers like says, to be funny, because that shit is funny. But if you're not out there practicing, it's just, your timing could be a little bit off. And, even if his timing is off, like 1 or 2%, it's that 1 or 2% that makes Aaron Rodgers like one of the best QBs in the league versus an average QB in the league.
Also, that
Oh no.
Seriously, though. Just it is a big deal because he didn't practice last week. He wasn't even around the team
Or the
for a
week
week
before.
Yeah, and he didn't practice for like a day, but the week before that. So yeah, of course, dude. This like I preach it on my podcast. Don't get caught up sometimes on this position and that position. Who's the team that's in the best rhythm? Because rhythm will be able to override any kind of luck or skill. Sometimes the team's in great rhythms. That's why they say, "Oh, we really want to hit the late season in stride." They want to get in rhythm. So teams that are in rhythm are hard to beat. And once you get out of rhythm, it takes a while to get it back.
Hey, this is why I like the Patriots tonight too. That just for that reason, that they got that, they're in rhythm, they got the momentum, and then
4 in a row. I think they got the biggest winning streak in the NFL right now.
yeah, and then you look at the Falcons, they're going the opposite direction. Like this is like, let's go, let's demolish them. You know what I mean?
Yep. And then, we'll finish the news on a good piece. Devontae Adams returned to practice after getting his veterans rest yesterday. And I know even when people get the veteran rest and you get the cue, people start panicking like hell. Like, why has he got the questionable next to his name? Just because he's a baller and he gets Wednesdays off.
That's when I start
questionable.
trade offers, B. I'm like a lawyer that chases around ambulances. You know what I mean?
Yep, because we know people start panicking on Wednesday. It's funny. That's why a lot of the news I almost don't even want to read out on Wednesday, because we make people panic for no reason.
No, but this is par for the course.
Yep. All right. Now, before we get into some of the questions and answers, you guys can start throwing those in. As of right now, we got to remind you guys about Super Draft Pro. Now, we've been telling you about this, for the last handful of weeks. It is one of the dopest daily fantasy platforms that you can play on. I haven't played daily fantasy in a few years. My DraftKings account got locked. And even when I've seen people hit for like the 200,000s and people show me screenshots of all this shit, but like I never hit that. I was hitting for dollars here, dollars there, maybe $10 here, $15 there. Nothing crazy. Ever since I got on this, I've only been on it 2 weeks. I've won $140 so far. It's not a crazy amount, but my membership only cost me $100. 2 weeks in, it's already paid for. I'm coming in contests in the money all the time. I'm seeing JC Money Design on the leaderboards in these contests all the time. Iggy too. Bogart, when he gets his lineups in there, I definitely see him hitting, for that too.
I just got so much money, I just pay for it to play.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like that. Hands the money to the casino. Like, don't you want to play anything? Nah, just take it.
He just walks in and makes it rain and walks out.
So all of us are involved here.
I party with that guy. Like,
yeah,
be that guy. I'm partying with him.
So all of us are involved here as coaches. So it's in the link of our descriptions on YouTube. So go click the links, go get involved. There's four memberships that you can get in on. The free one, you get one a day, one contest per day. So Thursday, Sunday, Monday, that's NFL. Saturday, college football. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, NBA. Even if you don't play NBA, that's icing on the cake. If you hit there, good. If you don't, who cares? We're really just doing this for the football, at least right now. The $20 membership, 2 contests per day. That's $60 per month. You get on that $50 one, it's 3 contests per day. That's $90 throughout the month. You get on the $100 plan, 120 contests at least minimum per month. Okay, that's a lot of fun throughout the month. It's only $25 a week. Check out this little commercial. We're going to go on a quick commercial break and go get signed up. Just go to the links. They're in the description. Go get signed up right now.
In a world where hope was fading and isolation was growing between friends, family, and fun, and people began to yearn for a better way to earn.
Okay, we've had enough drama in recent history. It's time to reconnect, kick off the game, and play to win cash and prizes. SuperDraft Pro is the official fantasy partner of Caesars Entertainment. Yes, that's Caesars. This isn't your grandmother's bingo night. Imagine the exciting chance opportunity of Las Vegas, only bigger, in the palm of your hand. And imagine the energy of the crowd and the love of your favorite game, connecting you and literally every single person you know playing daily fantasy sports, all while getting paid. This is SuperDraft Pro, and you can stop imagining. Experience it for yourself. Simply download the SuperDraft app and sign up by creating an account. Be a player, or be a coach building teams of players with a range of membership packages that suit your level of interest. And guess what? We know, and you probably know too, that this is a multi-billion-dollar industry with roughly 60 million people playing in North America alone. So, what's new or different about the SuperDraft Pro that's actually a game changer? That's an easy answer. And I literally mean easy. The SuperDraft app is super user-friendly, so playing is easy. So when you play, your chances to win can be easier than other traditional fantasy sports games. It's also set up to level the playing field with our exclusive patent-pending games, which allow you to pick the players you like and the players you trust. This is your draft, your way. See? This really is changing how the game is played. And it's even a game changer for business, because not only can you get paid to play, you can get paid when other people play when you become a SuperDraft promoter by sharing the app. Making money doesn't have to be a grind. Turn your business based at home into your home-based playground, getting paid to play, having fun, wherever you are. Because this virtual model is high speed and low drag, SuperDraft Pro plans to eventually capture the imagination of the world by going global with a simple, proven business that never sleeps. Join the fun. Play, get paid, and tell everybody. Download the SuperDraft and Sportsbook app today. Available on iOS and Android.
SuperDraft Pro, rated F, UN.
Okay, that's enough. You're done.
Oh, yeah. Go get signed up today. Go do it right now, right now. Got to get our lineups in for Thursday.
And I actually got to hop off here in like 2 minutes. I actually got a call with Zap and them. So some big things. Hey, just so you guys know, some big things are coming. Some big things behind the scenes are happening, and just be prepared. There's some new things that are coming.
There we go. We might have to cut this one a little shorter than we normally do, but we're going to be back here like an hour and 50-ish minutes, and we're going to be doing the fantasy puff pass, the Q&A session. So make sure you are there. It is going to be super dope. So we're going to be answering the questions, and then I'm going to have a bunch of people who, flex guys who we're just talking about, and we're going to be talking. Are we puffing or are we passing on that grass?
Hell yeah.
Can we give him a little sneak peek, and can I test drive this thing one time?
Do it.
Asking for a friend, puff pass, single QB, $500. My friend's $500 keeper league. I have Kyler Murray. I have acquired Mac Jones and Danny Dumbass. Do I throw in the Mac God, or do I wait on Murray and then have Danny Dumbass as a fallback?
Murray's not going to play.
Exactly.
I don't think Murray's playing.
I think I already lost having Danny Dumbass on my roster. Just on my.
He could light up Tampa Bay.
I'm
Just
saying though, right?
Yeah.
And like Saquon's back, yeah, and he has like Galladay and Tony, I guess whatever that's worth. You know what I mean? Like in a negative game script, I would assume, right? Like because the Buccaneers are fucking heated right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're passing on the Danny Pesos grass, but we're puffing on Mac Jones.
That's delicious.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. AK, what up? Said, yo, 2 teams need help. Mahomes or Brady? Mahomes.
Yeah. That's going to be a great. That's like the game of the week or one of the games of the week.
There's so many.
Now we're getting spicy, though. And then the other one is Mac or Burrow.
I'm going Burrow because that's another low-key shootout game. Even though the Raiders have been like decent against wide receivers, tight ends have been eating on them like crazy all year. I like CJ Uzama in this game, and the pass catching running backs eat on the Raiders as well, and they have a bunch of those in Cincinnati.
And I like Burrow coming off of the bye also.
Yeah, me too.
And Burrow, you know what? If you look at it, Burrow is I think he averages, almost 2 touchdowns a game. And like he has hella picks. Like I like this recipe. I want them to go back for pick sixes even. Like get in the hole and shred this thing.
Let's do it.
Like he's trying to throw into every window. It's fucking awesome.
This game has a big implications on the wild card. Possibly, they're what 5-4 versus 5-5, or 5-4 versus 5-4. So it's going to be important.
Yeah, both teams 5-4. It's crazy right now. The AFC West and the AFC North are almost identical standings right now.
No losing records, right, in either one of those divisions.
Either. So.
Yeah,
5-5. The Browns and the Broncos. Those are the worst in those divisions right now. So yeah, that's saying a lot. Probably, I don't know if they're the best conferences or the best divisions necessarily, but definitely the most competitive right now.
I think they're the best.
And Francisco, what up? Would you be starting tight end in Washington football team with Thomas and Seals out? He is scoring more than Hooper, Ebron, Ingram, and Ferkser. I have Seals in right now. Those are on waivers. I'm nervous about. I don't even know who the hell their third string tight end is. I'll go look right now just so we know his name ahead of time.
All right, I'm out of here. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right, bro. Good luck with that.
Hey,
out.
Always good seeing you.
Likewise, man.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. And so for Washington, their third string tight end is Sammy's Reyes. Or no, John Bates.
I think I saw him come in, actually. I think I remember seeing his name. Man, Heineke loves throwing to the tight end, man. But Samuel's back. Maybe that helps Scary Terry. Hooper could have a decent game. And that's really a tough question, Javi. I don't know, man. That's a tough question, bro.
Yeah, Francisco. I just hope that, Ricky Seals-Jones comes back is what it is, because I don't know if I want to start Bates. I don't even know who the fuck that guy is.
Against Carolina, locked up on Jeremy Chin. That's a bad matchup, too. Damn, dude. So.
Yeah, all these guys are bad, but you know how it is when you play in a bunch of leagues like this. Sometimes you're going to be dumpster diving. We'll dumpster dive, maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, Saturday. We'll hear some more news about Ricky Seals-Jones, and then we'll have to make a move one way or the other.
Maybe even Rudolph if he's available.
Maybe. Tomas, oh yeah, repping Panama, said Que Pasa, Hustler, Bogart, Iggy, JC, saludos. Yeah. And Tomas said full PPR, 16 peeps league, Hines at Buffalo, Wilson at Jay Wilson at Jacksonville from an RB2, or somebody off waivers like Gallman, Eno, or McNichols.
Right up my alley. I love 16-team leagues. PPR. Boston Scott, do you think he's the truth or not? That's what becomes the question. in my
Oh yeah, I
opinion.
totally missed that one there too.
Yeah.
Oh man, do you think? Okay, I mean, is there a world that we live in where I'm not gonna say that Jonathan Taylor is gonna get shut down, or anything like that, but the Bills' defense is pretty beastly. I mean, if Matt Milano and Tremaine Edmonds don't play, that's a whole nother, that's a horse of a different color. But what if, like, Taylor gets shut down a little bit early? They get Hines in there. Bills aren't really prepared for the way that Hines' style, he gets a couple things going. They ride the hot hand a little bit more. They, zig when, the Bills are zagging.
Well, escucha me. I think what can happen here is Hines has just, like, when I watched the Colts film lately, they can carry 2 running back value pretty easy, particularly if you play your leagues like you should be and you're counting kick return points, because Hines returns kickoffs. I don't think he returns punts, but he's also on kick return. So if your league is set up that way, Tomas, just make sure. I think I go with Hines. I think it's Hines. If you believe in Boston Scott against a kind of tough Saints defense, maybe go there. But I think you have to go Hines, even though it's Buffalo, because they've shown that they can carry 2 running backs. JT can run out 160 total yards and 2 touchdowns. And Hines can go out there and still get a touchdown and 80 yards. Or sometimes Hines gets 2 touchdowns because they get in closer into the goal line after they just ran it with JT for about 5 plays in a row. And he's out of breath. They're like, all right, come in. We're still running the exact same plays. Get out there and go score the touchdown. And he's shifty. So, yeah, maybe Hines, man.
Yeah, I think Buffalo right now, they're like, I want to say they're the number 3 run defense. But, that's between the tackles, and you know what I mean. Like, I like Hines a lot because the game script is going to favor him, and then you have guys like Milano and Edmonds; they're all banged up. You know what I mean? So I like that. And then with Boston Scott, it's crazy because he's played more snaps than Howard in this last game, and they could fuck around and take Miles Sanders off the IR this Saturday, because that's kind of what teams have been doing, right? Like, wait it all the way down and then bring your guy back. If
they don't like Boston Scott, it is very clear to me.
But you know what though? Here's the thing though: Boston Scott got more snaps than Howard. You know what I mean? Boston Scott, you know who they don't like is they don't like well for some reason.
But when you get more snaps and you get less touches, does that mean that they like you?
It's a good point. But I do. There's a Bogard ignorant factor here. It's a revenge narrative. Boston Scott.
When did Boston Scott play for the Saints?
He did. I guarantee it. This is before Kamara was there. And Boston Scott was life after Tony Cadet, which was life after like Pierre Thomas and them. You know what I mean?
That was when they were really bad. And really bad at the run game,
right.
And it was all Drew Brees. Those were his 5,000 yard through the air seasons. Drew Brees, we ain't handed it off to nobody because they all suck. You're just gonna throw it.
Yeah, but Boston Scott,
even Bush, he was more of a wide receiver threat than a running threat. So
yeah, Boston Scott was there. I mean, he was there before. He was there before Kamara, and he was that satellite back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Lucius, good looking on the super chat. Don't forget, anyone wants to get their question answered like right away, just throw it in as a super chat in the comments on YouTube. And he said, start Pollard or Stevenson. Damn, this one is tough.
Actually, damn, this is kind of a good game script for Pollard and Stevenson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe Stevenson, because I just think that the Patriots are going to be up quite a bit. And maybe they'll just put him in more. But Pollard's so explosive. That's a tough. I think it's about 50-50. But I like having a player in Thursday. So if you don't have one in, put Stevenson in your running back slot, not your flex, and roll with it.
You know what? I feel like Belichick and the evil empire, they like to clown, bruh. They like to smash people to smithereens when they get a chance to. They did it to the Jets, and every single running back went crazy. I think this is one of those games.
Did it last week to the Browns.
Did it to the Browns last week. Any chance they can run it up and show them that we are that shit even without Brady. You know what I mean? They're going to do it.
Man, this is so tough for me because both of these guys are pretty similar as far as the way that they've been doing work. I guess what really sucks out of all this is Bill Belichick. He's such a piece of shit that, like, whatever we think he's going to do, he usually does the opposite. And for that reason, I'm saying go Pollard, because as much as, like, I want it to be a Stevenson game, and there's been games where we've seen a split. We've even seen Stevenson get less touches and do a little bit better on the yardage, you know, if we go back to like the Panthers game a couple weeks ago. But I just feel like if the Falcons have been preparing for Stevenson all week, it's like he's going to just throw Damian Harris in to like fuck with everything that they're doing. And more often than not, Harris is the one who gets the bulk of the carries. So I'm leaning on that. And it's mainly because of Bill Belichick being an ass.
Be mindful of the force.
And here we go. Lucius had a second part to this. Would you ever start Harris over and Stevenson? I know they're both on the same team, but the Falcons suck. I mean, that's something I'd be willing to do. It really just depends on your options, because like Bogard said, like Iggy said, they're probably going to be running it a shitload in this game.
Well, you know, like that's a great like single game slate thing to do. But like in your season long, you know, if that's your best options, I'm not opposed to that either.
I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. For example, right now, there's a guy wanting to trade bad. He's 8-2 in my league. His RB2 is Ronald Jones. His backup after that is Booker. That's it. That's his running back situation. So if you had something like that where you could even acquire somebody, I would try to go get it, you know, and then you rock with it. But man, you talk about putting all your eggs in one basket. They get shut down. You're done. You know, you have two RBs putting up less than 4 points, 5 points combined. That's hard to overcome, man.
It is a dangerous game because it's not like a Hunt Chubb situation or you know, Jones and Dillon. Like, you know what I mean? You just don't know who it's going to be week to week. But I say Damian Harris is the safer one tonight because he's the guy that is the starter when he's healthy. You know what I mean? I'm just going to go with that.
All and right. I have more experience with Harris, so he's got to step it up. Bottom line,
yeah, he's got to better, motherfucker. And
right now.
Trail to Dope, what up? Said that Gronk was a full participant today. Should I start him or Pitts?
Ooh,
I think I'm going to start Gronk because Patriots, I mean, they're really good at shutting down the tight end, and they're really good at shutting down the best weapon. And Kyle Pitts is 1,000,000% the best weapon right now.
Yeah. And like, especially with no pimp in there, you know what I mean? No pimp. Kyle Pitts is Kyle Pitts is already drawing number one cornerbacks every week. I mean, he drew Lattimore last week or 2 weeks ago. Last week, who'd they play? He drew Diggs last week. So, I mean, you know, it's just, he's probably going to get JC Money and company. Or JC Jackson, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say JC Money, JC. Yeah, I don't know if it's
all over the
Duggar,
place.
JC Jackson, McCourty. He's going to get locked up, but I do think if it's a PPR, go Pitts, just to answer it real quick, because there could be some, I'm talking last drive garbage time coming from Pitts, where I think Gronk, he's mainly going to still be a touchdown-dependent tight end.
I'm just wondering what kind of I feel like Matt Stafford's going to get sacked a bunch of times tonight because
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, my bad. I'm starting to lose it. You guys,
he's going off the rails.
I'm out of the red pills, the blue pills. It's all gone. I'm just in the matrix.
No,
well, you know what? Well, you know what's funny, and that is it's so true what you said, Iggy. Because look, if you get, let's say this is the last drive of the game, you get 3 catches for 30 yards, and one of those happens to be a touchdown. That's a tight end 1 performance right there.
Yeah, exactly.
You're kind of we're kind of expecting, you know, similar production from Gronk, and he's going to be on a limited snap count more than likely. You know what I mean? But yeah, just go Kyle Pitts. He's the number one option there, right? With all the injuries. And think about this with Kyle Pitts. Like I was trying to say earlier, Matt Ryan's going to take a lot of sacks because that's what New England does. They get coverage sacks. He's not going to find when they're blanketing Pitts. Now he's going to go to Tajay Sharp. They're not going to find nobody. He's going to get sacked a ton. And that garbage time's coming fast.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what could happen also is the Falcons come out, get up 28-3 at halftime, blow that lead just like they did before. So, there's ways for Pitts to get points. That's all I'm saying. That's actually a bet right now is for the Falcons to be winning at halftime and losing the game. I was like, I feel like playing 5 on it just to do it,
I feel like Arthur Smith, in a nutshell, with Tennessee, they only pass the ball like 490 times with Tannehill, like in a full season, right? So they don't throw the ball a lot. And like, so with that said, I feel like his scripted plays are like 10, 15, like solid ones, when normally regular teams are like 25, 35 scripted plays out the gate. So if he can execute those first 10, 15 scripted plays well, they can get a first half lead. They got one of the best kickers too. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be ugly like that. And this defense, see, that's another thing too, is Atlanta's defense, they're down Fourier now as well. Like, is that right? Fourier's out this game, right?
Olakun?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, the linebacker, he is.
I think so.
Hold on.
He has a huge tackle prop. He had a tackle prop of 10.5.
Okay,
So-
because I know he left the game against the Cowboys.
I don't even see him on the injury report.
So he might. Okay, so then it wasn't nothing. It's just a little boo boo. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
That was the loser limp.
that is true, huh?
All right, here we go. Let's rapid fire some of these, then we're gonna get up out of here. From the Cooch Master said, "What up, guys? Got to sit one. Godwin, CD, or Chubb? We haven't heard shit about Chubb, so as of right now, that's gonna be who I'm sitting.
Yeah, I was gonna
Me
say
too.
that one figures itself out.
Mm-hmm.
Lucius, would you ever sit? Or we already saw that one. Luis, Chase, Keenan, CD, start 2. I'll go Chase and CD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
And Tomas said, "Gracias, brothers. You guys made it clear for me. Appreciate you, bro."
Yep. Gracias, amigo. Hey, I'm not mad at Keenan too. It's just the other two options were better. Because Keenan, the Steelers are going to be all the way fucked up on defense this week.
No Minka, because he's on COVID reserve.
Hayden, no.
TJ.
TJ Watt's banged up.
And we and Vanessa asked if there was any news on TJ Watt. Nothing as of today. Tomorrow is going to be the real big time like show for all the injuries, all the ins and outs.
Hey, I'm just going to go out on a limb here. In team defense leagues where you got DSTs, I'm probably just going to drop the Steelers for better options because I don't even like their schedule moving forward either.
No, that's a pro move.
Everybody's banged up and stuff. Yeah, it's TJ Watt can only do so much for that defense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. And Bean Production said urgent RB situation with 3 alert emojis. There we go. All right, this means business.
You have our attention now.
Mike Davis tonight with Patterson out. I also have Booker, AP, Allaire, and Jeff Wilson. Or wait till Sunday. Or start Davis tonight. So I don't even think it's official that Corduroy Pimpin is all the way out. I haven't seen an official in or out.
But if Pimpin, how about this though? If Pimpin is in though, he's limited Pimpin. You know what I mean?
Either way.
And
I don't want to trust Mike Davis. He's just been so shitty, and like Patriots and the way that they've been killing it. I would rather wait, even though your options are really not that great. Davis has been horrible.
The way I see it, though, is if you're waiting, you're putting all your faith in CEH, man. Unless you expect all day to get some kind of goal line touchdown. I can't put my faith in Jeff Wilson. I don't know what's happening there. I don't know what's going on with Saquon. Booker, even if they do the running against the Bucs, which now the Bucs have given up 200-yard backs this year. It may not be as good as they were last year, but I'm still scared to play Booker against that defense.
Yeah, and then
that's
waiting down Booker is tough too because we know they could be like, all right, it's official, Saquon's coming back. You know what I mean? And like Booker is only good because he gets all the volume. You know what I mean? He doesn't share with anyone. So just by that alone, he's RB2. I still like buddy. I still like hold on, not CEH.
Wilson?
Yeah, he is just waiting.
I like Davis, man. Just roll the dice. Just put him in. Maybe you get a goal line touchdown or something, dude. Because I don't like your options on Sunday.
You know what's funny is I'm wearing the hat. I had to stop myself because I was gonna say I like Wilson because I don't think Mitchell plays, and if he does, I think then because there's the possibility he does, they just vulture each other.
I'm holding out for Jeff Wilson. I mean, Mike Davis last week, what did he put up? Like 1.5 points or some shit like that? You know, like, I mean, we could spin whatever narrative we want about how shitty that they were doing, but then you can go the week before that and you put up like 2 points or like 3 points, you know? So like, that's just someone I would rather take a shot on, like Mitchell not playing and Jeff Wilson just being the guy. And,
so you're telling me Mike Davis made the point not to start him?
Yeah. He could have got negative points, and I would have hated the 1 point even more still, because I would have been like, I told you so when he got negative points. But like getting that 1 point is like he's teasing you. He's getting just enough to like score more points than me in fantasy football.
Bundle all that up and go get an RB, bro.
I know. I would take all that and go try my best to get Dylan and tell the guy, listen, you're only going to have Dylan for 2 weeks and then it's a bye week. Jones is back. And just hopefully you can bamboozle him with that.
And so real quick, so the news for the Steelers was TJ Watt and Joe Hayden not practicing. So, I mean, that was the news that actually came through. And then I see more news about the Antonio Brown thing. So apparently it's his former private chef who's in a personal dispute with Antonio Brown right now, who's alleging that he has a fake vaccination card. But Antonio Brown's attorney came out and he said, just be like Antonio Brown and get the vaccine and everything will be okay.
This is assassination of character. What is this? This is like shitting on intellectual property or whatever. There's something that they can sue the personal chef for. And I bet you Antonio Brown's the type of dickhead that like, he'd be like, Javier. And he'd be like, what? He'd be like, you called this over easy? Throw the at him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they probably several personal disputes.
So I know that Bogart's not really watching Entourage and stuff, but there was this episode where Johnny Drama, who's like pretty much like a TV actor, is fallen off and he gets back on a show, and then they hire one of their friends as a personal chef. The cool dude who rocks all the jerseys and smokes all the weed and drives everyone around. He's like the driver with all the dope whips. And he makes him go get like it was like two types of like two types of cereal. Like you got to get the Raisin Bran ones, the Raisin Bran raisins out of this one and put it with this cereal. I want my bananas sliced at like 1/4 of an inch long and like all this stuff. Finally brings them. He's like dragging ass on the set because he was like, I need my fuel. My assistant, he's shitty this morning. And he gets the food and he was like, these aren't Raisin Bran raisins. And he was like, yeah, they are. And he was like, don't fuck with my palate. And then he like just chucks it in the trash and it's like, go do it again.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, listen, you know why I never made it big in music? Because I would have been the worst, bro. I'd be like, okay, you're going to book me? I need a big ass 5-gallon jug, all green M&Ms, right? I would give them the most obscure shit to come through it because I'm fucking Hollywood as fuck. You know what I mean?
If you were in Vegas, that'd be no big deal. So that M&M world that they have in Vegas, my son was in like heaven when we went there because you could go in and you could get any type of M&M, any color, any combination, like all that. Like, yeah.
This shit printed on your M&Ms over there. You know what I mean?
Wild. Got a couple more super chats here. One from AK said Carter, Waddle, Stevenson, standard flex.
I'm going on a limb and saying Waddle. I don't ever say him, but I just think they're gonna whip up on the Jets. You know, I think the Dolphins are gonna feel like they saved their season, even though it's already way gone. But this is like a big like confidence booster.
You know, damn, because the Carter one is because it's standard. I'm leaning Stevenson, but I bet you his stat line at the end of the day, if Stevenson doesn't get a touchdown, is probably the same as Waddle's. You know what I mean? And because what does Waddle usually do? Like 10 for 60? You know what I mean?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So in the standard,
that's a good point. Yeah, he's not a long bomb guy.
He's like Jarvis Landry 2.0 back when Landry was getting like 100, catches on the season, but it was for like 800 yards. Like nothing. So I'm going to go Carter. I mean, mainly with Joe Flacco. I mean, check down Charlie. Like, that's what we're going to be seeing all game. And I really think Carter gets into the end zone as well and flirts with the same amount, of yardage. So we'll see. I think you got 3 decent flex plays here either way.
We're getting the Flaquito starting. The Super Bowl MVP himself is coming back this week.
Oh, yeah.
Legends never die, baby. Legends never die.
And Steven C, what up? Said PPR going Mac. Any chance Harris and Stevenson both eat starting Connor and Carter as my other 2 RB spots only have the flex open. I mean, there is a world where they both come in there and eat. Like, I mean, we've seen them both get double-digit carries before. I mean, the yardage is what's always been kind of in question. It's like, if Harris doesn't do good, then they bring in Stevenson, give him a couple extra carries, in like the second half. That's kind of been the way it's happened.
And like the one thing you got to worry about with Belichick is if any of these guys, any of these guys whiff on a blitz, or on a blitz, or
fumble
the ball, or they run the wrong way on a route, or, you know what I mean? Like they'll get to the bench. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I would worry about, because this could also happen in many different ways, right? For both of them to eat. It could be Stevenson between the 20s and he gets all the yards, but then here comes, Harris in the red zone and he gets 2 tugs, but only has like 40 yards. And then, Stevenson has like 5 catches and, 30 yards through the air with like another 80 on the ground. Like that's hella feasible. You know what I mean? Like, or vice versa. They switch the roles. Like,
JC Money Design back in the building. You're a superstar, man. You're jumping from call to call. Everybody wants you. How's it feel?
Yeah, it feels good actually, but I just told them, every time. I mean, what I said, when we're trying to build, we're just trying to build a family. I mean, they agree. This whole thing's about being a family. We're all trying to make money together, and that's how it should be. That's how this world should be, right? We should all just be trying to be picking each other up, making each other feel good, and making money together. That's how it should be. It should feel like a family. Shouldn't feel like a business.
I'm gonna love when I get to call Caesar's Palace my brother.
Dude, don't worry about it. Dude, by the way, I knew I liked Zap. There was a reason I liked him. Dude, he's a punter.
That's fucking hilarious.
Dude, he said he's 47 right now. He's getting on a plane right now to go do tryouts to be a punter on like a semi-pro team.
That's bad.
I guess he was pretty damn good. I said, hey, go out there and make some coffin kicks for me, brother.
Coffin cornerback.
Oh my gosh. I've never met anyone in the world who got excited about punters until JC Money Design. And now you just met a punter. He's probably creaming in his pants over there.
I got 2 mentors in my life right now, you and him. So I'm good to go.
But only one can.
I'm feeling really good right now. I'm sorry. I'm feeling really good today. It's been a really, really good day.
There we go, man.
Really good day.
Cheers.
Really weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got called Wolverine today. Zach called me Wolverine on the shit. And he's like, I saw a Wolverine the first time. That's what he called me. He's like, the first time I saw you on video, I was like, damn, that's a Wolverine.
And there we go, Iggy on it. And I don't know if you guys were actually watching the commercial, but JC Money actually makes a cameo in the Super Draft Pro commercial. We didn't even know. They caught him on the street and they just like had him on there on the commercial and then used it for this commercial. We didn't even know.
Bro, they've been watching him his whole life. He's like, it's like only
he's the guy.
Different. Like,
Truman Show, but it's JC Money.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's true though. Every time I'm up there, we saw your name yesterday. Alex saw your name, JC.
Yeah.
I was doing good. You get some asshole. Hey, look at him winning all 4 or 5 of them going on Monday. Right after that, I was like, hey man, you don't be saying that right now. That's like telling the country you got a no-hitter going in this 7th, 8th inning. Like you just don't do that stuff, man. I still won money, but I was literally like first in like 5, all 5, everything up. Like this lineup's hitting, baby. Let's go. And then somebody comes in and throws the shade. That's how it happens. Don't be that person out there, everybody. Just hold your thoughts.
Having
I
no
was,
they have
I
no
was that
selection
person for
whatsoever.
basketball because I already knew once people started, like once KD and Harden got sat in the third, I was just playing with, I was just bragging about being in first at that point because all my team had pretty much played. Like even if I would have played Rudy Gobert, who was like the best center to play that day, I still, who knows where I would have been in the money. It definitely wouldn't have been number one. KD and Harden, their
Hey,
team getting blown out, blew it for me.
on Sundays when I be watching the red zone, right? And I'm like, okay. And it's all this being in double digit leagues, it's not about the individual players you have, it's about the player combinations, right? And like, so I might get for a certain touchdown, even though I'm a little pissed about it at the same time. But like the worst is when I really need it. I'm like, yes. And like right when I say yes, oh flag. Fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Every fucking time. So it's like I just try to say it's even kills until I see that motherfucker give me the signal. I'm like, all right, we're good. Because even though watching it from like probably several seconds delay, I still feel like I affect it because I'm watching it.
Yeah, exactly. And Corey, what up? Said is Kyle Duggar playing tonight? We don't know as of yet. Make sure you're tapped in on the Fantasy Puff Pass Q&A. It's starting in about an hour and a half, a little less than an hour and a half.
And that's a badass name. I want a Duggar jersey. I think that's gonna be my new crusade for my future man cave. Is I'm just gonna get all the jerseys that the names are tight to me. You know what I mean? Because
my first job was working at a place called Duggar Brothers, crawling around in attics and asbestos and shit, putting together AC units. It sucked, man. But it is a cool name. It is a cool name, They're like, hey, can you go up there? I know it's 110 outside and 140 in those attics, but just, get out there and connect all that shit. And I was like 16. I was like, all right. I had no fucking clue what I was doing. People are stepping through people's roofs and shit.
Yeah. Hey, but she was getting it done, though.
Yeah, whatever it took, man. Whatever it took.
Those bastards just using kids and like not knowing shit. Like, I mean, well, I'm sure that they knew.
Oh,
Totally
yeah.
for the rest of our lives, shit like that. They don't care.
Is that
What
Zeb?
up,
For minimum wage.
Is that Zeb there? What up? Is that Zeb?
Probably. What up, Zeb? Said
Bro,
go
Hold on,
Vikings.
Facebook user.
Let's go Vikings.
Anytime we see the tree emoji, I just assume it's Zeb.
Yeah.
And so sorry guys if we didn't get to your questions. What up, Second Take Extra? And M Doggy, do we start the pimp? It's not looking good. Pimp down, pimp down.
Pimp down.
That's when
Make
the
sure
mascot, what is that? The mannequin falls on him and says, pimp down, pimp down. The mannequin falls on him.
Yeah, make sure you just make sure you tap in on the Fantasy Puff Pass Q&A. It's going to be a little less than an hour and a half. Make sure you tap in. We're going to know about all those kind of things. And Second Take Extra. So, Hustler, how was your son's B-Day at Dave & Buster? So it was awesome. So my mom actually took him there first, and they were playing games for like, I don't even know, like maybe an hour before we got there. He got so many like tickets and stuff. Like he was hyped. I think we got up to like 3,500 tickets.
Damn, you guys that's a haul, dude. He's a baller.
Yeah, he found he liked the Spider-Man. There was this Spider-Man game where I mean you could win up to 500 tickets, and I hit that a couple times. So I mean that made me a little bit higher. But yeah, so he found this game where it was super easy and super quick, and no matter what, like he was winning like 30 to 50 tickets like every time he was doing it.
Hey, DMV's right. They got the double happy hour, right? And bruh, $6 Patron shots is just like we used to be there every Thursday. Then we would go out. You know what I'm saying? And
There's a pregame spot.
It was the pregame spot, and like we would go there to save money, but I swear I would spend more money because it was like we gotta milk it. And we would go out there plastered. You know what I mean? $6 Patron shots, bro. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't mess with Patron anymore. It was actually when I was in San Francisco, and we threw back like 2 Patron bottles, and I was so turned. And one of like my friend's dumbass roommates like gave me some other drink. I didn't even know what was in it. That just messed everything up.
Yeah,
And
messed up the the what is it called? The ecosystem.
Rhythm, baby.
yeah, it totally messed it up. And the way he disguised it is he put it in some purple drink, and that was around the time when the Dave Chappelle, the purple drink and all that. And so I didn't even know there was alcohol in it at first, and I started drinking it, and then it was when I found out that if you're gonna throw up in a sink, you better do it in San Francisco because you could drink the water and you'll love it.
Yeah, like, for the most part, like the tap water out here has never been like, what I mean, you don't hear nothing crazy about it.
Yeah, you don't drink the tap water here, dude. It tastes like fucking iron.
I still don't.
So gross. I don't even like giving my dog the water that comes out of the fountain here. The water here.
Isn't there that part of San Francisco where it still had like nuclear something, and it's like in a sub district of San Francisco, and it's like right there on the ocean too.
Hold on, what's the county called? It starts with an M, bro. Tupac shot someone over there, Merino County.
Damn.
Yeah, like over there. Yeah, I mean, like see, what's crazy is that's from a long ass time ago. You know what I mean? Them hipsters, because out here we got them hipsters, and we're hella left. It's hella left over here. So the motherfucking protests, all that shit. That shit was real. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I've been to Treasure Island, San Francisco. That's cool. I liked it over there. I'd like to go back now. Yeah. I've never been to San Diego. I can't comment on that. I'd like to go there too.
Oh yeah, you better make it here.
You went to Treasure Island or Angel Island?
Treasure Island, isn't that between Oakland and San Fran?
Yeah,
that little island.
Yeah, because my pops, he had a sailboat when I was growing up. He still got the sailboat, but I used to go a lot with him when I was a kid. We would go to Treasure Island and Angel Island and just like, hey, listen, man, sailing is no joke. I know San Diego knows sailing, you know what I mean? But it's probably crazier out there. But when you're on them swells, that shit is insane.
Yeah.
Like them motherfuckers be sideways. For real. That shit.
Second Take Extra said you like TD or Pitts for a TD. Also score prediction. I'm assuming TD. It says TN.
Or maybe he meant to put TE. Oh, for TD. Okay.
That's what I'm assuming. I mean, Patriots are really good at shutting down the tight ends. We talked about it earlier where he could end up as a tight end one, like literally just off of like one garbage time drive. But if it's like DFS, I'm nervous.
Without looking, where do you think Kyle Pitts is right now in the PPR? Like
you're talking about just tight ends?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's top 4.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He's 5. He's
okay.
But that's how bad it is. He's had 3 good games on the year, and he's only has 1 touchdown.
Just depends on how good those 3 games are. Like one of those was a really, really good game. So I mean, that really propelled him.
Julio Jones type shit. You know what I mean? How Julio was more of a best ball play in his head to me, because on a per game basis in the past like 4 or 5 years, he was shitty. You know what I mean? But you got to play him to get those 4 or 5 big games he's finna give you.
So I think I have this at default just 1.0 PPR, and it shows that he is top 4. Hawkinson is right behind him, 2 points less, and Henry is 3 points less than him, and Waller is 4 points less than him.
Okay, so he's 4. So I might have not looked at the new numbers because I know me.
So he's got a grip of yards, but it's no touchdowns. I mean, he's got over 606 yards. 40 receptions, that's all money. But a guy, he's only 3. So Hunter Henry, I don't even think he played week 1. He's only 3 behind Pitts, but it's because he's got 7 fucking touchdowns, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say Hunter Henry's number 3 in our league of record, non-PPR. So, it's interesting to see.
I feel like Mac loves him. Mac is starting to figure out that he's like, this dude is really dependable.
Well,
he was really dependable when he was in San Diego.
Well, it's also
and Second Take Extra, he did just say, do you guys like Pitts for tonight? So the TN was right.
Yeah.
And I also
Man,
scored for this.
as a Pitts manager, I'm pretty nervous.
I'm playing Pitts because
I have to play him, but
it's just the threat. I mean, the question is, it's not like is it Pitts or so and so, or you know what I mean? Like, because there might be some names I could consider, like, you know what I mean? Like, but
I'm nervous. I'm nervous if it's DFS. If it's DFS, I'm not gonna put him in my lineups tonight. Let's just put it that way.
nope.
Because I'm nervous.
Not
I
even
got a lot of
1.6
Patriots
points.
tonight. A lot of Patriots.
I'm
I
gonna,
got
I'm
a
gonna
lot
put
of
him in as
Patriots
my
and coup.
co-captain in one
A
of
lot
them.
of Patriots and coup.
Yeah, I got coup too.
And Antonio, he said we're gonna be taking shots on our birthday. Yeah, we gotta. I mean, I'm always doing a show on like Tuesday night, so maybe we'll figure that out. Maybe because I know sometimes you do the Blitz with Blake.
Now, you know what we'll do? We'll do playmakers that night or something. You know what I mean?
There you go. Hell yeah. There you go. Switch
Shit.
it up.
Shit.
And listen-
By the way that this super draft shit's going, you know, we might. I'm gonna be down there celebrating with you, so you already know that.
Hell yeah. Everyone needs to come out to California.
Hell
So there
yeah.
we go. Chandler said San Diego, the greatest city in the U.S. I mean,
And then that should be a meme. And then it's fucking Ron Burgundy, like approving.
Yeah, definitely.
where's everyone on Stevenson and Harris tonight? A little bit of a mixed bag of tricks up here because I think all of us kind of like the run game, and I said I like Harris over Stevenson. If you had to choose or whatever, where are you guys leaning on that?
I'm going Harris.
I'm going Harris just because he's the starter, but like it's the same way. Like no one can be right about this. If some Belichick shit happens, like you know, you get nervous about starting Stevenson, and then Harris goes out, fumbles it, and then Stevenson's hot, and you don't see Harris at all. Shit like that. So
don't wish that upon him, Ricky Bobby.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
bro,
don't wish that upon him, dude. Yeah, come on.
Don't you put that evil on him.
Hey, Sea-Dog, he said, did y'all skip my question earlier? Depending on when it was, I think we did. We're kind of jumping around a little bit. There's so many questions, and it was hard to go backwards. So make sure you tapped in tonight on the Fantasy Puff Pass. Literally going one by one down the list, so make sure you go tap in. The stream's up right now, and be starting in less than an hour and a half. And Vanessa said, do I play Bourne tonight in the flex? Good looking on the super chat. Or pick up Tony, Galladay, Gage, Bateman, Boyd, Deonta Foreman, and also any news on Alex Collins. Nothing on Alex Collins. We'll hear more about it tomorrow. I think I would rather go Bateman over Bourne.
Yeah.
That's what this comes down to me. It's Bateman or Bourne. I personally like Bourne. Make sure he's not in your flex. If you do play him tonight, make sure you put him in the wide receiver spot. People are still catching COVID. But I think I'm actually going to take Bateman. Ravens are going to come back and try to play some really good football after getting embarrassed. So
Bateman looked really good last week too. He looked really good last week. I was looking like a dummy not playing him anywhere. I mean on DFS and DFS.
I'm going Bateman because, man, but I do want to commend Kendrick Bourne, a.k.a. Kendrick Lamar Bourne Identity. That's one of my more ignorant nicknames. But he's only getting like 4 targets a game, and he's only playing like 35-40% of the snaps, and he's just extremely efficient. It's just hard to bank on it, but last game he did get 7 targets, and that came, that was like in a winning effort too. You know what I mean? So
he's just going to have to outsnap Nelson Aguilar, man. That's what it comes down to me. Can Bourne get more snaps than Aguilar? So
Nelson Wacular.
and I'm starting Bourne over Aguilar in 2 leagues where it's like hella deep leagues, and I'm really, really deep diving. So I do think Bourne does okay if you're playing in a really deep league. But yeah, a guy like Bateman, I got him starting in 12-team leagues, so
yeah,
he's a beast.
And you know what it is too, I'm a little worried about Bateman because all of a sudden he in practice today. But is that just what we should expect? Like, you know what I mean?
Is that much of a baller?
We'll see, and we'll see tomorrow. I mean, I know you got to make a choice on that, as of right now because you said Bourne, but I think Bateman's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of here, everyone. Let's do a round robin here. Bogart, tell everybody where to find you at on the way out.
Hey, you can subscribe to the GMM Network on YouTube, and you can find me at the GMM Network. The Earth is my Earth, as usual. And University Money. Yeah.
I got you.
JC Money's beard give me money.
Dude, they were all over that shit today. Oh my god.
Iggy, go ahead and shout it out.
Yeah, Iggy's Fantasy and Betting, just like that, www.iggysfantasyandbetting.com. 5 days a week, I got the podcast. You can do it there. While you do, you can do me a favor, subscribe to the YouTube. I'm on here every Monday and Thursday, Game Day Iggy. I'm also been going streaming live every day too, 5 days a week as well. All kinds of times, sometimes 2 a.m, sometimes 6 a.m. Just depends on when my little 4-month-old lets me get up and do it. So, but I am there. Iggy's Fantasy and Betting. Go check it out. If you want to become a bettor, get on this super draft with us. Come on, get with it, man. What are you waiting for? Hop on there with us. He just told you that we're all winning. I mean, what else do you want to hear? I would be winning if he would just be playing, you know. He's like the tortoise in the hay. He's just letting us get a start or something. But I'll take the tortoise every time. Give me that steady money every day. Let's go get some of that together, guys.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Get in it. It's super fun. You can actually get in competitions with all of us here. There's only hundreds of people in the competitions, you know, not thousands, not tens of thousands. That's the dopest thing. You actually have a shot to win.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just for example, tonight on DraftKings, it's 130,000. The last time I looked, I mean, that's a small city, man. You know, go hop on here. You get like the max is like 1,000. It's only word of mouth. Only people in your subscription group get to bet with you. So think about it that way.
And Legendary One, thanks for sneaking in that super chat on the way out. He said, "What up, 420 crew? I'm starting Deontay Johnson, Tyler Lockett. Who would you flex, or who would you want to switch out for? Kendrick Bourne, Marvin Jones, Michael Gallup, or Elijah Moore?"
Now he got it right.
He's good.
He got it right already.
Now, let me see. So, yeah, he said, "Who would you flex?" Okay, so really it's a who would you flex? So, yeah, I wouldn't switch out anybody for those guys, but I'm starting Elijah Moore out of the others.
Yeah.
That was my initial instinct, but how do you feel about Marvin Jones Jr.? Let me tell you something, Bogart. I got like 3% on my computer, but Jimmy Ward, did he make that much of a difference for that secondary? Is he really just a truth bringer? If so, maybe not do Marvin Jones Jr., but I kind of like that matchup based on the previous weeks. But last week, Ward seemed to make all the difference for that secondary.
Listen, I'll make it quick. We've been giving up splash plays all year. That's more of a divisional thing. Like, we know this team, you know what I mean? And our pass rush was nutty. Like, we were super active. So like everything was contested and disrupted. You know what I mean? It just made it that much more easier.
All right, then I'm going Jones Jr. just to answer the question.
Yeah, because listen, the likelihood of us giving up splash plays, I'm always going to bet on that. Because look, we almost gave one up to OBJ, but the dumbass stopped on the route.
Yeah, Legendary One throwing in a super sticker. All right, just keeping the party going. I like your style. And of course, he's going to throw in a question that I would like to answer. He says, "What's the best weed movie ever?" So I'm not going to say the best one ever, but probably the closest one to my heart is Half Baked.
My favorite, Cheech and Chong's next movie.
Another one of my favorites.
So mine would be, I think the one that I connected with the most was probably How High.
Oh, that was
Redman are just so fucking funny in that movie. Or yeah, there's a lot.
That shit on your lip got some shit on its lip.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to bed almost every night watching Half Baked, so I know that movie really well. But I watched Dazed and Confused. I lived in Austin. I've been right there at that spot where they smoke weed. I used to like party just like that's how high school was for me. Dazed and Confused. So. I got caught with weed between my junior and senior year. They made me sign a paper, cut my hair, all kinds of crazy shit, man. So that's like, young man, don't notice that other crowd you've been running around with. You're like, yeah, fuck you. I'm still gonna go party with them, man. And you still need me because your job depended on me, motherfucker.
Hell yeah. All right, good times, and great question right at the end, Legendary One. You know we love talking about movies. We're going to be having a show that is going to be taking over in the off season. We're going to be doing it hopefully once a week, but it's going to be called Bullshitting with the Boys, and we're going to be doing a lot of movie segments, TV shows, video games, all types of shit that we all just want to go and talk about. We're definitely going to have some weed movie episodes, that's for sure.
Yes.
C-Dog calling me out. He's like, "What do you think about Agnew this week?" He said rough one, not picking him last week. Agnew.
Oh man, I mean, yeah, three touches, 3 carries, 70 yards in a tug.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I had him in my lineup, and I was at the last minute. I was like, I just don't know. I just talked myself out of it. Hey, anyways, y'all. I got an Instagram page now, so you can go find me on Instagram at JC Money Design. Go follow me.
Yeah, hey, did you
popping off, dude?
Oh, I'll find you right now.
Oh, I followed you. You can follow. Just follow me. I already took care of the hard part.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. We're out. We'll see you on the Puff Puff Pass show a little bit later today, the Fantasy Puff Puff Pass show. And then catch us here tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be the biggest show of the week.
And tonight, I forgot. Damn, I'm high in the mug. Tonight, 6:30, we're doing the Fantasy Playmakers What If series simulcasting. And Iggy, if you free, if you want to pull up too, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like a watch party too. We're just gonna talk shit while I watch this game and spit some game about some what ifs.
There we go. Starting at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. I'll send everyone the link here just in case. All right, we're out. Peace.
Too Loud Crew out.
Yeah. Big Booty House.